This week's video is going to be only semi-moped related. It's mainly going to be about this thing. Now, we're about to have another baby, so we've got too many people now to fit in my wife's people carrier. And I had the Jag and that moped carrying Ford Focus that I had before, and I decided rather than keep that and then all have to travel everywhere in two cars, I'd buy this, which also doubles as a moped carrier. Can you tell what it is yet? It's a transit van, but not only that, it's a 9-seat transit van. Now this was an absolute bargain really. Normally they go for upwards of £1,000 without an MOT. This one's got 6 months MOT. The advert said it was sprayed by Stevie Wonder, and I think they're not far off. That looks a bit like tractor enamel or something. This is as clean as it gets, because it's sort of porous. It never gets any cleaner than this. I've washed it lots of times. There were a couple of problems with it, which I'll go through with you, and I may do sort of update videos as I fix things. But sorry, excuse me, got a bit of a sore throat today. I'll just go through, give you a quick walk around of it now. It's a 1.9 turbo, 100 horsepower. It's a 2002, I think it was built, on a 51 reg, and the engine and gearbox have done 140-ish thousand miles. The rest of it has done 400 and odd thousand miles, but they swapped the clocks and the engine with a low mileage van, so that's quite handy. So it still runs as it should. Alpine Star on the side. Now the main problem with it at the moment is I was going to sort out the sills and everything. Underside are notorious on these, and I did check it out beforehand, but obviously not meticulously enough. Because I got home and decided I was going to hammer out all the rust at the bottom, set at it with a wire brush, and I don't know if you can see that actual hole there, I can stick my finger in. So I'm in two minds if I should get a welder I know to sort it out for me, or if I should just literally buy a welder and work out how to do it myself. Because then at the end of it, it's probably going to cost about the same, and I'll have my own welder. It's whether or not I can do a decent job of it. As you can see, they didn't pay a great deal of attention when they sprayed it. They just went for it. And like such as these oily fingerprints here, I can't get them off, which is a bit silly. It's got the flashing beacons, and it's got these. I'll show you these actually. So these are quite cool, look. The red ones come on with the tail lights, and then you've got the flashing beacons both sides, and it's got the same around the front as well, which is quite fun because it's a bugger to reverse onto my drive, so I like to put those on so other cars have a vague idea of what I'm doing. So yeah, anyway, the only problem I've showed you so far is that bit of rust there. Now I'll show you inside here. Plenty of moped room. At the moment I've got all the gear for fixing it. My little toolkit I'm carrying around with me. There is the camera cables, which I didn't quite get time to finish soldering, so I just twisted them together there for now. 9 seats. These do tilt forward in a weird way. You can get the whole block to tilt forward, and it looks like you can actually remove them all together, but I haven't worked that out yet. But we'll go inside in a minute. There. I mean, that tyre is really good. The one on the other side, that looks brand new to me. The one on the other side is a bit close to the legal limit. So let's have a quick wander inside. Plenty of room, look. Big comfy seats. I think this used to be a taxi at one point in its life, like a lot of these did. If you want to get into the back, there's a lever there. Pulls that forward, plenty of room there. There's not a great deal more to say about inside the back of it. Let's go around into the cab. Come around the driver's side. Right, next problem is it's bubbling up a bit at the top of the windscreen here, all the way along. So I'm going to try, see if I can rust cure it and seal it. Inside I've fitted the Parrot car kit from the Jag, which never worked in the Jag, but it does here, which is quite handy because I fixed it. There's your controls for your flashy lights and everything. This stereo came with it. I'm not over pleased with it, but it does have the auxiliary in. That's a magnetic phone holder, which I'd show you. Well, I can sort of show you because I'm filming on the phone. There we are. Look, you are now stuck to the magnetic phone holder. There's just like a metal pad goes on the back of the phone. Here's your reversing camera. Let's see if we can get it to work. There we are. Look, you can just about see. There's the metal steps on the back of the van, so you can use that as reference when you're reversing. Got that for Father's Day, so that's staying in the van. And that's about it really. Now there's a hole, I won't show you because it's under the carpet, but there's a hole under the floor about maybe 2 or 3 inches long, a rust hole. So that's going to need sorting. And what else is there? There's another problem with it that I can't remember now. But yeah, it's let's start it up. Starts and runs as it should. That's I love the old school flip round clocks, analog. But yeah, that's the mileage of the engine and gearbox. Like I say, the original bodywork and van and everything have got over 400,000 on them now, so they're doing quite well for themselves. And yeah, this is what I'm going to be using to transport the kids on holiday, to transport mopeds around. I think it's about wide enough to get a full-size motorbike in, especially if I tilt that back seat forward. I might actually be able to get like the Jawa or a 125 in, so I'm quite pleased with that. There we are. She's never going to be a show winner. There's rust on the inner wings as well as the outer wings. There's your outer wing rust. The inner wings, I don't know if you'll be able to see from here, but there's basically nothing left to attach that bumper to, hence why it's cable tied on. The wipers, I was having trouble with the wipers because the driver's side one wasn't actually pressing down on the windscreen, and the reason for that is, let's see if we can find it. Inside here, you see where all that blue tape is in there? Let's focus you. The spindle that this is bolted onto runs through a sleeve. Let's see if I can show you on this one. Of course, this one's decent, so it's actually, you'll just have to take my word for it. It's like a threaded spindle with this bolt on it that holds the wiper arm on. It runs through a sleeve probably about 2 or 3 mil thick, and on this one, the bottom half of the sleeve, from 400,000 miles of wiping rain off windows, has actually worn away. So this whole spindle was able to move downwards like that, which meant that the wipers wouldn't press on the window. So what I've managed to do there is bodge it up by filling the hole in the sleeve with some water bottle plastic, wrapping tape around it, and then putting a cable tie around that, and actually it seems to work, so I'm quite pleased with that. I'll just show you the thing actually working. This is my mega bodge. There we are, look. Now, it wouldn't do that before, so I'm quite pleased. Just to show you what I meant with that wiper arm spindle thing. So you've got the actual spindle here, we're looking end on at it, so the nut would go around the edge there, and then you'd have the wiper arm coming off like that. And it's held in place by like a sleeve thing like that it sort of revolves inside. But mine kind of looked more like this, so there's it. Trying to hold stuff and draw it at the same time. Right, there we are. Mine kind of looked more like that, and it's basically just worn away at the bottom there, which allowed it to sort of move down here, which moved the wiper arm away from the window. So what I did was, again, spindle this bit here. I got a bottle cap and cut a bit out of it that went in there, cut another bit in to go over the top of it, and then put one sort of round there like that to really hold it in and pack it down, wrapped it around with tape, and then put a big ass cable tie around it. And that seems to hold the pressure on that bit to keep the spindle from flapping up and down, basically. So then wiper arm's coming off there, and it stays attached to your window. So that's that. Do you enjoy my shit drawings? I'm not exactly a professional artist or anything. I tried to zazz it up a little bit with these pressed tin number plates. They are apparently road legal, and the conditions from being road legal are they have to be retro reflective, although there's no real way the police can test that without sending them off to Germany, which costs a lot of money. They've also got to have the name and postcode of the manufacturer on them, and the British standard number, which is BSAU 145D, I think, something like that. If any of that's missing, the police can pull you over and give you a proper bollocking for it. Other things to know: tinted windows all round. Brilliant. Another good thing to mention is that it's got a tow bar. Now, I haven't tested the electrics out yet, they do look a bit dicey, but because this van's rated at 2.8 tonnes, I can actually drive it with a trailer on as long as the full weight of the vehicle doesn't exceed 3.5 tonnes all in. So I could actually put a moped in the back and a trailer on the back and maybe pull one or two more and still be legal. Now, if you passed your test before, I think it's April 97, you get trailers on there anyway, just the same as you get 7.5 tonners here in England. But even though I'm a bus driver and can drive anything of any size as long as it's got enough seats in, I can't drive a big van more than 3.5 tonnes or a van and trailer more than 3.5 tonne. And also, if the trailer's got brakes, then it's also exempt from that and you have to take a trailer test. So a little bit of info for anyone that's thinking of pulling a trailer with a transit van.